Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacalyn. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. This is the Film and Music Show. I'm Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK. I'm the president, founder, and chief listening officer here at our network, which is currently 29 live broadcasts strong, TV, radio, and podcasts. I don't do this show alone. Of course not. I have a fabulous friend, a dear person I love so much. She is the co-host and star of our show. Let's welcome international award-winning singer, songwriter, novelist, just releasing Star Child, which we'll give you the link to purchase that. It's Madalene Chan. Welcome.
Hey, hi. Hi, Dr. Jacalyn. Hello, everybody.
So good to see you. How are you, Madalene?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. Everything's just, I went for a walk, just 2 walks today with Teddy, and just got in with nature. You know how I am with nature. I just meditate and connect with nature and just felt a lot better.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. And you know, this is not a political show or a news show, but we're reading all about the latest about Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, and her family is going to be with her. Apparently the health reports are not good. So our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody there.
She's a strong woman.
Yes.
She's a strong, powerful woman. She
was just seen in the, for Tuesday, I think it was. What's today? Today's
Right.
Thursday. I think she was photographed on Tuesday when she was appointing Liz Truss. So that's just 2 days ago. So I think the bottom line is we have to be happy, seize the day.
We have to be.
And music is so important as a way to uplift us and change our mood, wouldn't you say?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, music in itself is a universal language. You don't have to understand a language. It's music. So everybody can understand music because it's by feeling rather than words.
Yes. And depending on the music, sometimes we can feel sad when we hear music also. If we're listening to a sad love song about a breakup, and then we start to relate to that. So it really can change how we're thinking about something from minute to minute.
Yes, it can. It can run away with our emotions completely, Dr. Jacalyn. You've hit it on the head there. Absolutely. I mean, even if you can be in a happy state, then all of a sudden you listen to that classic ballad. It starts to work with your vibration, with your emotions, and it can suddenly bring you into another state of emotion. It's powerful. Music is so powerful. Music is more powerful, I believe, than words.
I think you're right. And I remember times in my life when I was heartbroken, in love. And of course, the relationship was a disaster, but I couldn't see it. And then, you're going through some kind of painful situation, or you finally are broken up, and you hear this song, and it's like, it's so sad. And you're just like one with the song. You play it over and over and over again. And then you move on. You're like, oh, what was I thinking? Why did I play that 50 times in a row? Sobbing the whole time.
But it was the trigger. It had to trigger you to release that emotion, to release that pent up energy, to release that pain. That's what music is for. You need to release. And even if you have to play that tune, like you said, 50 times, and your friends and your family are going, oh no, not that song again. Oh no, please. Because they don't resonate it in the way that you do. Yes. And that's why you have to, I'm still like that. I still have to play it continuously. and it relates to what you're going through in your present state of life and emotion, your emotional state.
It's so true, Madeline. And we have a great guest coming today. He's not here yet, but you and I
Yeah.
were watching one of his YouTube videos before the show, and it's really emotional. So neither one of us have met our guest, but yet watching this one clip, listening to the music, I thought, wow, I can't wait to meet him because it's so powerful. So before we show the clip, I'd love to have you share just a little bit about what you know. I know you haven't met this gentleman as of yet, but tell us what you do know.
All right. Well, basically, we had a guest, Don Bang, an artist, R&B kind of hip hop artist. And when we booked Don Bang, Malaki said, I'd like to go on to the show. So it's really strange because Malaki was supposed to be on the show a while ago, but it turned out that it didn't actually happen. Certain things happened, whatever, personal life comes into it, whatever, and it just didn't happen. And it was almost like he would be on the show with somebody else anyway. So now is the time for him, Malaki, to be on the show. Basically, he is an outstanding singer, which I've just found out, an amazing singer, amazing songwriter. He was actually in the USA Army as well, and he used that in a way to bring across a real positive message of unity, work together, achieve, break down diversities, work together to achieve. And also it's interesting how he's been in, I don't know much about him actually, he's got to actually come along. But the fact that he's artistic, he wants to bring a positive message into the world. Outstanding singer, he really is. And he's got such a wonderful smile, a smile that just lights up anybody's face. I mean, his whole face lights up with this beaming smile, and his eyes just shine. He's definitely got something powerful within him that he's shining out. That's all I know of him, actually, Dr. Jacalyn. I'm going to be absolutely truthful with you.
No, that's enough. He's a Nigerian singer living in the United States, and he's in Alaska. So I think that's really cool.
Alaska.
So he's not here yet, but I would love to just share this beautiful song, Star Spangled Banner. So let me share my screen. And I'm actually going to his YouTube channel where you can find this. You'll see what it is when I go there. Okay, so the name of the YouTube channel is SONOFUCHE, Son of Yuchi, I think. So, okay, this is his song. It was premiered July 5th, 2022, right after July 4th here in the States. And it has over 41,000 views. The Star Spangled Banner, God Bless America. Let's take it away.
As God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight over the rampart we watched was so gallantly streaming And the road gathering, the bones bursting, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Unseen, the star-spangled banner yet waves over the land of the free and the home, oh, the home of the
The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether, with malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right. As God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations.
It's powerful. Yes.
Malaki.
We wish you were here.
Yeah. Wow.
What comes up for you, Madeline, when we're talking about music and being moved?
Do you know, to be honest, I got to say this, and I'm not trying to think, I didn't really know about the Star Spangled Banner, and I'm not trying to be arrogant here. I knew, but I didn't know it's called Star Spangled Banner, and I've heard it before in kind of patriotic marching and everything, but connected to actually a soldier's life and his friends and the whole picture, the imagery, I have to say, was the most powerful, which brought out the music. So this kind of worked in a different way. I don't know how you felt about it, but that's what it was the imagery that worked really well with the Star Spangled Banner anthem.
Yes, I agree with you. Thanks for sharing that. It's interesting because we live in two different countries, and it's always interesting to hear another perspective. For me, what came up is there's been a lot of controversy over the last few years about patriotism and the American flag and standing when this or other patriotic songs are sung, and people taking a knee in professional sports and not standing. And it's just, to me, when you, regardless of where you are in politics, when you think about the person in that uniform, the person risking their life, everything, leaving everything behind to go fight for your freedom, it's hard to understand how there could even be a discussion. But yet, and you and I both know from being elevated listeners that it's not about judging anyone. It's not about, but it's about understanding other people's perspectives. And for me, I'm not a fan of war. I mean, just watching those bombs drop and thinking how many people were killed and how many cities were destroyed. And we know with the war in Ukraine, it's just, there are people lives, human lives that are destroyed, and they had nothing to do with it. So I'm a big advocate of communicating and negotiating and coming to an agreement. But when you watch that, it wasn't even a performance. I mean, he's singing from his heart. And then you see those photographs that, you know, he's in the army and all those people that he was serving with. I don't know if he's still in or not, but it's just so much bigger than just me or you or
Yeah. And it's what I find amazing is once they put on the uniform, how they change into one collective consciousness, one physical consciousness, honor, no matter what, looking after each brother, no matter what. I find it fascinating. Then once the uniform is taken off, they regain their own personality again. It's like almost, like marching ants. When you watch ants, they all send messages and they all work collectively together because they have honor to the ant hill. You see what I'm saying here? The way that I just find it amazing how a uniform can change and have such a powerful impact on someone's life.
yes.
And I am not a fan of war. I'm make love, not war. I'm a 60s child type of thing. I am absolutely, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I just feel that there could be a better way of sorting this out. Like you said, maybe if they listen more to each other instead of doing one-upmanship with each other, instead of trying to be bigger country or try to belittle someone, they should just listen to each other. And maybe within that listening, there is the truth being conveyed rather than the misunderstanding, which leads to many different adversities, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was very astute what you mentioned about the uniform. And when the uniform's on, it's like a higher calling, a higher purpose. And it's interesting. Of course, it has nothing to do with serving in the military. That's a completely separate entity. But to segue, since we're on the film and music show, when you think about, and you've done this, I have not, when you think about Madeline Chan, and we talked about this, I think, off camera, Madeline Chan and then Maddie Loveday getting on a stage, you assume a new persona. And what is that like for you?
I have to go into the artist because Madeline Chan is the friend, is the daughter, is the novelist, is my other professional career. But I leave all that behind, and I can do that when I turn into Maddie Loveday, because then I can just go crazy and just enjoy the enjoy the stage, enjoy the audience, enjoy the ambience, have no worries. There's no worries with Maddie Loveday, no worries whatsoever. In fact, I think, to be honest, I think I bring her through on a daily basis. Sometimes I think she's the one that sometimes I have to bring the inner child out of me. So the inner child really is Maddie Loveday. Think about it in that way. Yeah, actually, that's an interesting question, actually. Very good. I love that question. Thank you.
So do you feel more powerful or more empowered as Maddie Loveday than you do as Madeline Chan?
I did a long while ago, because Maddie Loveday was the most successful part of me. But since I've been growing Madeline Chan, they're meeting up now. They're meeting. So it's nice. It's a nice fine balance. But I still, honestly, if there's a big show to do, I'll still sing with Maddie Loveday. That's without a doubt.
Okay. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's truly meaningful. And for those who don't know, you are also a vocal coach, and I've been working with you, and we actually have one new single coming out, but it will be two. Tell us what it is. You saw something in me, you see something in your clients. So we didn't even really know each other, and you saw something in me that I wanted to be a singer, that I could be a singer. And I was sort of dumbfounded when you mentioned this to me. So how is it that you see this in someone?
It's not that I see it. It's I feel it, but I can't just meet someone and not talk to them, because then I can't feel it. It's when someone talks to me, it's almost like their inner child talks to me and lets my inner child know, saying almost like, oh, these humans, they don't understand, but you will, because you're the inner child, like I'm the inner child. It's almost they're like the inner world of us will connect with another person's inner world. And because I've been singing all my life, and I've never been able to speak up about certain things that happened, I put it into my singing, and in different tones, in different emotions, which got me through. And now I'm at that stage that I'm very qualified with knowing and understanding about the soul voice. So it's actually someone's soul voice that speaks to my inner child. And my inner child really likes to go out and go, oh, okay, you want to do that? Okay, come here, let's do this. Let's bring it out. Let's bring it out. So then my inner child then will talk to my, how can I say, my conscious, my higher conscious, basically, will talk to my subconscious, my conscious. And then I'll get the downloads. And then I'll just end up saying it. I won't even think it. I just end up saying it. And they go, oh, this is weird. How come you knew that? I said, I don't know. I'm just picking it up. I just feel it. I sense it. That's it. That, So that's what I felt. But I can't do it if somebody's not speaking their voice. I'm not like that. I'm not so sensitive where if I see someone and they're not speaking to me, I can't tell. It's only by someone's voice I can tell. My inner voice can tell when there's someone with their speaking voice that there's something missing, that there's something that's not being fulfilled.
What do you think once you start working with someone like me, for example, what do you think gets unleashed or gets let out as a result of singing and putting, what is it, laying down a track? I don't know what the terminology is.
So are you talking in the perspective of recording in a studio, or actually just opening and just singing your voice?
Yes, opening and singing your voice. And then if it gets to the point where you can lay down a track.
Yeah. Okay. So from the point of when you open out and you connect to your inner voice, you connect to your confidence. A lot of singers will blag it. Like, for example, they'll be trained, but if they're not connected to their heart, it's almost like a blag. And it's good because people can do that sometimes. They can blag through their emotions.
A blag?
A blag is when you're not feeling it, but you've been told how to work it technically. You've been said, this is that note, pitch your note like this, do this, without bringing the emotion in. it's almost you learn the technique, but you don't connect it to your heart. Once you connect that, you have to do both. You have to learn not only your technique, because you have to have correct pitch, meaning singing in tune. You know this because you're a musician, you're a pianist. So you have to learn how to sing a song in tune to that melody. But wait a minute, I'm going off tangent. Where am I? Bring me back, bring me back, bring me back. Okay.
You're on.
I just got a blank completely. Whoa.
So let's take it a step further. So
yeah,
you reach out to me and doing vocal lessons with me. And I think when you first presented what it was you were going to do with me, by lesson 10, I would be writing a song with you. And
yes,
it happened well before.
it did, didn't it? It was like lesson 6.
Lesson
easily
6, I think.
yeah,
And
we still
I've
have to do
shared
the 15 lessons, you know.
Okay, I'm ready to do it. Because I learned a lot about masculine and feminine energy. I learned a lot about breathing, and I love the exercises you use, like you're a seed in the ground and then you start to sprout and grow, and it really resonates with me in so many ways. And when you and I were rehearsing, what was I thinking back then? And I've said this before on the show, but there is one line about let me be free to love again. I forget exactly, but I kept getting choked up. My voice wasn't coming through on that. And what did you say to me?
What I said to you was, that's because you haven't reached at this point yet. You haven't reached your energy with it. You haven't matched your vibration to it yet. There's still some doubt, because in your mind, you haven't reached that yet. You need proof to show you're reaching it. So even though you're singing it, your heart is not feeling it.
Yes. And I want to go somewhere with this because I think it's so important for everyone. It's almost like we set these standards, objectives, goals for ourselves, and we're never really thinking that we're successful because we put value on things that are elusive, that are always changing. And if you think about money, somebody said this to me, I can't remember who it was, but there's always money. Money's all around. We get money, we lose money, we make money, we spend money. But yet we become so fixated on how much money we have that when you're singing, even, it's like, well, how can I be considered a success if this, that, and the other? But this, that, and the other don't necessarily matter. They're not really relevant. It's the trends that you talk about all the time with society and I'll give an example. I'm in a place right now that's extremely wealthy. And if you were to get together with people at a bar or restaurant, which I don't because I'm always here, but I have in the past, it's talking about their boats and they're this and they're that. But nobody's really talking about feelings. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying in general, that's the buzz you'll hear. It's all about superficial things. And if I were to go and associate and be in this environment all the time, I probably would think that I was a loser because I don't have 5 homes and a yacht and this and that. And that in and of itself, to me, seems toxic. Nothing taken away from the people who have it. That's great. But my point is, in singing this song, I didn't feel confident because I thought, saying the words that I've made it, whatever the words are, that, I deserve to be loved and this and that. And I got choked up because I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't made it. What have I made?
But that's because, Dr. Jacalyn, because of what you're surrounded with, your outer reality, your surroundings, success is measured upon, as you were mentioning, upon materialism, upon how much power you have, how much money you have. But what's going to happen as this golden age progresses, the age of Aquarius, is that what's going to really mean money as such, and energy, is going to be from your heart, people are going to generate and manifest money and abundance through actions of their heart rather than action of the ego, action of competition and power. You see, it's slowly going to dissipate. It won't go overnight, no, because it has to make its full circle. But what you have to understand is that what is the terminology within you, your own perception of you saying you've made it. So you have to, instead of looking at the outer reality of comparing and thinking, and I can understand why it would make one feel like, oh well, I haven't made it because, you know, I haven't got my big yacht, I ain't got my big house, whatever, I haven't got my big penthouse, I haven't got all this, I'm not traveling around the world. Depends how you measure it up. I don't have house or anything like that, or I don't own anything, but what I do have is a heart and soul that is a billionaire. It's a billionaire's heart. It's absolutely a billionaire's heart, and I've worked to achieve that. So therefore, if you look at it in that way, you will say you've made it. If you compare yourself to the world out there, you're never going to make it. Meaning, even if you make it materialistically, you're not going to be able to sing it as if you're like your soul has made it, like your heart and your soul and your full beingness, everything that you are has made it. Because once that happens and you sing that, it's so believable. So if someone is not in tune with their soul and their heart, because you're singing it and you convinced yourself you've made it, it will be as if you have made it and you have a rich life of the yachts and the houses, because you will carry that vibration through.
Yes, and you do have the heart of a billionaire. You are rich beyond words.
I just have to match that vibration. Stability.
Well, it's you know, you can't be matching that every day because it's exhausting, and there are things that happen that give us pause to say, okay, what am I supposed to do with that? And if we were just laughing and, you know, playing around all the time, you wouldn't be dealing with some of the things that have to be dealt with. So
Yeah.
I really value everything that I've learned from you. And once again, fate brought us together, and
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. So tell us what you're doing at Songs for You. For people who are not aware, what is Songs for You and how can you help them?
Yeah. Songs for You is a group of musicians and a guy, Martin Jimson, and he's like a producer, engineer, and recording studio. And what we do is we work with some songwriters, a well-known songwriter, actually. He's been here on the show, Audi. And what we do is, if anyone wants to express themselves in a song in the way of maybe telling their life story, we put it into a song. Basically, someone will write down pointers in their life, then give it to Audi, for example, lyricist. He will review and look at it, and then he will put it into what you call like a song structure. A song structure is like with the verses, the pre-chorus, chorus. It depends how the song is, what type of song it is. After that, I then come along as like a liaison, and I work with the client, and I find out what style of music they like. And because of my experience and background as a singer and a songwriter, I'm able to listen to what style they want, and look at Audi's structured lyrics and get a melody coming through. And I get a melody because I'm connected to my creative heart. I go out of my humanness, as they say, and I go into my creative heart. And that's where it's almost like I receive like inspiration. So I can bring out the song for the client. And then after that, if they like it, I then work with Martin, who's a musician, and I spend a day with him in the studio, and and he puts chords to it, because I can sing it as a vocal melody, but that wouldn't be considered a song. A song is the music and the words and the vocal melody put together. So that's what we do. We do that, and then we just we might have the client who wants to sing it, in which case I will help them to bring their voice through, because I'm a vocal teacher. And depending how long it takes them will depend how long the duration of the single, whether they want it as a single or whether they just want it as a family token. So that's what we do. It could be a song about a birthday. It could be a song about a beautiful marriage, celebration, somebody who has passed on and the person wants to say something to them who's still left here in this dimension. So Songs for You really is basically, as in the title, it's a song structured and made for you, by you, with the team of musicians, songwriters, a creative team, which will help to bring out what you want to convey in a song. So that's why it's called Songs for You.
Thank you so much, Madeline. That was absolutely beautiful, and the work you're doing is amazing. I do have a sad announcement to make that just came over. Queen Elizabeth II, longest reigning British monarch, dead at 96.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh.
So.
Oh. Oof.
Oh my. Well, as we're on television, we must continue on.
Yeah.
But her life was amazing.
Do you know, it's really weird because Ian, that does the show with you on Wednesdays with Helena, he posted something on Facebook a few hours ago. It's almost like he knew that something was going on.
They made an announcement that her family was traveling in to see her, and when Prince Philip passed away, Ian did broadcasts all over the world. I think he did 12 broadcasts in a row from Australia all the way to the States. So he was, I'm sure he's being called in to report on this. And for those who don't know, two of our expert correspondents on the United Kingdom News and Culture, Ian Palm-Turner and Helena Shard, they have been the royal photographers and the royal commentators for the British royal family. So they're quite close and have inside information that we don't have here in the States, because they're right there and they cover this. So, but may she rest in peace. She had an incredible reign.
I'm just shocked. It's the sign of the reign, a great monarch.
You said today about the energy.
Yeah, ready for there's this. I'm just okay. I just have to.
No, it's very devastating, especially when
she was
96.
96. What a powerful woman! Wow.
With her grace and dignity.
Oh my gosh!
Absolutely. No matter what was going on in her family.
Yeah, she remained strong. She's strong
woman. So, well, it's time to close out the show.
One era.
96 years is an incredible. incredible time to be on this earth and help people and inspire people and lead people.
Yeah, lead by the heart.
Well, as we close out, let's have a moment of silent meditation. And
yeah.
this is to Queen Elizabeth II. Okay. May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace. And loving blessings and healings.
And Madeline, you and I are sharing this moment together, along with whoever is watching or listening out there. So thank you, my dear friends. And I know we have a surprise coming up very soon, which we will not tell our audience what that is. But thank you so much. And for those of you who want to reach out to Madeline, we do have her contact information here. I'm going to share it with you. It is, you can contact her at her website, Madalene, MADALENE-CHAN, CHAN.com. Or you can also go to her other website, Colors of the Voice, which is www.cotv-edu.com. Or you can email her at madalenecarolchan, CHAN @gmail. All right, we're signing off for now. And I think if anything, go enjoy yourself. Live your life.
Live your life. Live your life and live from your heart.
You know, Madeline, it just occurred to me, we've come full circle. We were playing the Star Spangled Banner and we were talking about patriotism, honor, putting the uniform on and what that means. And if you think about it, as the monarch for 96 years, she wore that crown and she put her own life aside for her reign.
Yeah, she sacrificed.
She did. And I remember from the movie The Crown, and again, I don't know if it's all true or not, but when her father passed away and she became the next in line, she knew what that meant. Yeah. She knew what that meant, that she was going to be making sacrifices for the rest of her life. And
she was groomed. Yeah. There's a power within her. There was a power within her. And there still is, because even though she's gone over, her reign will still be here. She's legend. She's a legend. It closes the era. It closes the era.
Closes one era and opens another one. So
the era, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are leaving.
That is.
I know. It's amazing that. Anyway, thank you, my friend, for being here for this moment with me. And we will be back next week, same time, same channel, same network. And now the Wise Ones is coming on with Red O'Loughlin. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.